You know, buying stuff on eBay, sometimes you come across people that are completely inept at the entire business. They just do not know what they are doing. It's not often, but it does happen. This is one such, I don't even know what the hell to call this. So, this is a version 1.0 Xbox. Just the motherboard and the hard drive sent to me in a bag. So, okay, yeah, the stuff is, you know, it's kind of packed well, I guess, but, like, are you kidding me? This is just 2 layers of bubble wrap. And then, yeah. Like, this is just poor. This wasn't even taped down or anything. It's just stuck in there. I mean, at least it came with it, but yeah. So, honestly, you know, shipping with this thing, yeah, I got what I paid for. Looks like the capacitors have been changed. I was actually hoping I wasn't going to have to do that. It's clear that there's no mod chip because of where the hard drive is sitting. The hard drive wasn't even taped down. That was all gravity. And the heatsink on the... Okay. Yeah, if I had to rate this, I would say Poor is doing Poor a disservice. Just put that there, make it look like it's at least on there. Just gonna leave it right there for right now. I'll have a look at this thing properly here in a minute, though. Anyway, Dark Lord Elliot, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing is, has this thing been modded? And no, R7D3 is not bridged, so this thing has never even attempted to have been modded. And these capacitors do not appear to be bulging, but this crime against humanity is on here, and it's done a lot of damage. And of course, I know the extent of the damage that's done because, well, on the tape that the guy had, he wrote powers on, off. So apparently he doesn't write well either. Let's have a look at the back. The corrosion on different parts of the board. It may be possible to just clean this off. Yeah, this board looks in okay condition. What's really concerning to me, though, is this. Well, since it's off now, I guess I should clean that off and put a new one on, but yeah. And then I don't even know if this hard drive exactly goes with this model. I mean, for all I know, this is just another Xbox hard drive. Okay, so I've taken a little bit of time to really look at the board, and right here, yeah, this is the absolute worst of it, right next to the clock capacitor. But if you see, it's kind of melted the bottom of the capacitor, and it seems to be leaking this way more so than any other. I mean, there's clear signs of it over here, but I'm having trouble seeing exactly where the partition is, where it has leaked and where it hasn't. But if you look over here, stuff seems to be a bit cleaner at around this point. So, probably. But then again, there's a little bit of crap right here, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and clean that off with alcohol. This is what I have on hand. I'm told you're supposed to be using 90%. Well, I don't have 90%. So I guess I'm just going to have to do 20% more scrubbing. That was a joke. As for this thing, well, yeah, it's completely off. The only other thing that I noticed is right here, you see this red B. Well, there's another one here on the hard drive. So that gives me a pretty good idea that these two are indeed supposed to be together. Now, whether or not they are, I'm not entirely sure, because for all I know, this was just one of the motherboards that was on a shelf, and this was one of the hard drives that was on a shelf. And since I wasn't given an IDE cable, I can't test it. But I couldn't test it without this drive anyway, so what does it matter? So yeah, that's where I am right now as far as inspecting it. At least it came with a little daughter board thing, because this is actually very important. It has a lot of connection stuff that Microsoft just could not be bothered to fit anywhere else on the board. I mean, there's quite a bit of area down here, but I'm pretty sure that they didn't want to make a jungle right next to the power stuff. Otherwise, I was going to have to find a spare to that, and this is actually very important. Alright, so the first two steps on this board is I need to get the power line sorted. This directly goes from the pin header of the front panel directly into these two resistors. So now I need to take the output of those two resistors, which is this side, next to my fingernail here, and I need to bring them up to this chip. Specifically, on the right side, I need to go 4 up, and on the left side, I need to go 5 down. I'll check that later just to make absolutely sure, because I don't want to connect it to the wrong place, but this chip is what talks to the processor for managing the state of the console and the disk drive and all that. What I did in the past is I soldered over here, and I take the whole board, flip it over, and then there's a couple solder joints, and I just connect them here. And so that's the first thing I need to do to get this console to not, as the tape says, power on, of, broken. English was clearly not this guy's first language. The second thing I need to do is right here, if you see it, R7D3. I need to bridge those two. And on the bottom side, the connection points are just slightly above the LPC bus here at R7, R3. And I need to solder those 2 points together. One thing I have an issue with this, and specifically the broken bracket here, is it's not really making great thermal contact. So I can actually almost lift the entire Xbox from this thing before it pulls off. So while it makes good enough thermal contact for me to get it soft modded, and then later on hard modded with the other stuff I talked about, this needs to be addressed. And fortunately, I do have a spare Xbox that is very much just a parts machine. So yeah, that'll help out. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with this board, and before I go any further, I do need to test it, and for that, I happen to have this parts machine, complete with case. Now, unfortunately, this particular Xbox is a version 1.2, or 3, maybe, I don't know. But as a result, the power supply is slightly different. So here is everything that I'm going to need out of this Xbox, minus the power supply and the motherboard. But as you can see, it is not the same power supply. This one is a 1.2 revision, and I'm not sure if the screws are in exactly the same place for either the motherboard or the power supply. It looks like the power supply is pretty similar, although I'll be honest, this one's disgusting. But that's okay, because I happen to have a spare 1.0 power supply with the 12-pin. So that'll be fine. Alright, so for now I'll just set this to the side, because all I need is the DVD drive. Now, since I did fix this one, I might need the front panel, and I don't know how to get that out without taking it off, but we'll see. And then this power supply actually is going to have to come over here. And it goes on like this. Now, I'll admit this is kind of dangerous, but... Oh, damn it, I fixed it. Damn it. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Fixing it is all right. That's okay. Just means I'm gonna have to take out this particular motherboard. Out of this guy. Also, I don't know if the pinout of this particular board is different from the other one. Actually, I don't even know which one it is. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, I want to compare the holes on these boards. So, yeah, it looks like they're all in more or less the same place. It looks like they're direct one-to-one compatible. There's a big one here that's over there. There's a big one here that's also down here. All these little screw holes seem to be the same on this one. There's one here that you can't see with the light, really. Right there. And that's on there. So, yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. And if it isn't, hopefully it'll just short the power supply, and then the power supply will refuse to boot or something. Oh, yeah, one thing that I should do before anything else. So the bracket that came with this particular motherboard broke, and these are the two pieces I have. So yeah, these are completely snapped, completely unusable. As soon as I figure out how to get this thing off. Got it. Looks like they're a slightly different shape to one another. But they fit into each other nicely. Alright. I suppose it might be possible for me to repair this, but I don't know. That's a problem for future Elliot, and I wouldn't be that guy. So what I have here is some Thermalrite, and, well, if it's good enough for my modern desktop PC, it's good enough for the Xbox. So I'll just use the other one that I cleaned with alcohol. Set it on there, work it in, lift it off, have a look. Looks fine to me. And there we go. Nice and back together and stuff. That should be good thermal paste. I don't know if it is. I don't really care. Now, I don't know for sure that this board is even going to work, but let's put this screw in here, which moved it forward a little. That's fine. Oh, that's actually pretty secure in there. Okay. And then I gotta route this over, plug this in, and then plug in the USB. It feels like that's in. And then I'm gonna need one screw at least for the power supply, I think. Now, I'll be completely honest here, I'm not even sure if this hard drive is the same hard drive as what is supposed to be with this console. It is entirely possible that this is a random hard drive. I am kind of going at the guy's mercy, who I bought this from. But never fear, this guy is here. I went ahead and I reassembled the chassis here. And this was really just so that, well, it was busy work. It gave me something to do, I'll be honest. Because I'm going to have to take both of these back off to put the screws back in the power supply, the one screw that's missing from the power supply side, and the rest of the screws in the motherboard. But right now, let's see if we get a picture. Oh, this actually has a chance of working. Hey, power supply works. Boots. Alright, got something on the screen. Sorry, no capture card hooked up this time. Oh. Well, alright then. Does it turn off? Yeah! Disk drive. Oh, right. Yeah, this one, the disk drive button is kind of gummed up. But okay, so long as the power button works, I don't care. So, believe it or not, the current time is 9:54 p.m. of the last day of February in 2026. Which means that tomorrow is a leap day. Yeah, I don't know why, but they'll let you do February 29th on any year. I didn't expect that. But yeah, tomorrow is the first day of March. So next, let's go ahead and soft mod this. And the reason I'm going to want to soft mod this is because soft modding is the gateway to hard modding. And hard modding, I've already done 1.0 hard mod, and I've already got the solder pads all prepped and all that for this. I did that this afternoon, and the battery's dead on my PSP again. Lovely. You know what that means, Xbox? You're gonna have to do double duty. But more importantly, it means that the pinout for all this stuff is actually functional. Oh, now this thing wants the date and time. Okay, fine. It's 2/28/2026, and I think it's about 9:56. I don't know. Memory stick not recognized. Yeah, well, USB connection anyway. YOLO! Okay, got the light splash. Good. Thank you for choosing the Xbox soft modding tool. Like, Nate, did I have a choice, really? I mean, there's modding, and then there's not modding. There's not really much of a choice there. Backups EEPROM. Copy the EEPROM folder to your PC once the dashboard has loaded, and keep it safe. I understand. I very much understand. New folder. Xbox. Backup. 26 to 28. Put that there. Alright, and then WinSCP. Alright, So the current name of the network is new site, FTP, host name 192.168.7.166. All right, so E's first. Everything on E, I don't care what it is. But anyway, I got the EEPROM backup, and the name of this hard drive is right there. Perfect. And I have a Thompson DVD drive in here that I can't presently open. Okay. I'm still planning on using the same SATA converter board with the two missing resistors down here that, if they were added, would give the same functionality as the IDE drive. I need a 100 ohm and a 10 kilo ohm for that, but I'm gonna have to figure that out later. Anyway, that leads me directly into the two guinea pigs that I have to test. So this one is a 320 gigabyte Seagate drive. I don't usually buy Seagate stuff. I think this was in a friend of mine's computer that I ended up replacing with an SSD, but I don't quite remember. By the way, 320, isn't that kind of a weird number for hard drives? Well, not really, because I have an older SATA drive that's 80 gigabytes, and then there are others that are 160 and then 320, and I've even seen one that was 640. Now this one I'm leaning towards only because I don't care about it, and an SSD is absolutely wasted on a system like this. And I could actually use the extra space on here to just load it up with extra games or apps. So I think for the time being, I'm gonna go with this. You know, just give it a try. I don't have a drive exactly set up for this. I just want to make sure that it's going to run properly.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Okay. Yeah, I did not like that.
From here, things start taking a strange turn.
Is Chimp corrupt? Yeah, it's the second time it's rebooted. That hurt.
It was in that moment that I realized something very important. Those two big metal parts on the power supply are actually live. Not sure what to do next, I did the most rational thing anyone could ever think of. Play a video game.
So I think I've got this all figured out now. It's rather late, but I'm right here. Okay, so this is the file that I need. Serbios.bin, and that will allow me to do some stuff with the Xbox. Also, I changed out the video cable because, yeah, people were saying that 480p, 720p is not going to work with this stuff. So anyway, all right, go over here to System, down to File Explorer, E, Applications, XBlast, and XBlast XBE. Unplug the controller. It goes crazy, but it boots, which is all I really cared about. All right. So now we go over to the right to Settings, and we do Flash menu, and HDD Flash never works because it says CBIOS does not exist. I've tried putting files in there, but it's never happy. So instead we go Net Flash. So now I come down here, open up the web browser, this one, 192.168.4.15, and it asks me for a BIOS. Now, a word of caution here, there are multiple Xbox BIOSes. but this one is the one that we want, and we can tell that because its size is 256 kilobytes. Now, you can always flash a smaller BIOS file onto a larger BIOS, but you cannot flash a larger BIOS file onto a smaller BIOS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to locate here on the directory, browse. Oh, it's already right there. Good. Open and upload. There we go. Of course, it says the generic do not turn off, but there you go. All right, final hurdle. No more big hard drive. I just got this little Seagate Momentous in here. Let's go. Ah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's just a shame that these little adapter board things here, they need another couple resistors. I'm going to see if I can get a couple of those, because I have 3 of these boards, I think. Hey! Alright. XBMC4 gamers. I don't really like the carousel user thing on this, but what are you gonna do? Alright. Well, it's modded. I have 2 fully working Xboxes now. They are both completely modded, no chip, no mod chip. The actual ROMs have been flashed. So I'm quite happy with that. And they can do exactly what I wanted them to do. So, with that, Dark Lord Elliot, and we're done here. And it is late. I am ready to go to bed. Alright. So, that's the Xbox modded.